Well, I thought I'd do a kind of picking and packing video. I've had a splurge on activity on eBay, and yeah, it has had an effect. I think I've had a couple of £200 plus days, which has been a real kind of bonus. A few days sort of low as well, so usual really ups and downs, and you've got to expect that with eBay, ups and downs in week to week, day to day, and month to month, and time of the year, and all that. But let's go through what I'm packing up today. So I've got a bit of RA here, which is like a bit of Harry Potter merchandise. I bought a whole load of it, and these have been sort of. I think these cost about £3 each, and I'm selling them for like 15.99 each. But it's been good because it's been multi-quantity. So that's the first thing that's packed. I've got about 4 different lines, and this has been the best one, and it's the last one I've got. So I haven't got any more. Didn't get any this year. This is from kind of 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I bought 2 lots of it, but that's been a good one. That has a bit of RA. Next thing that's going out, I will grab because it's here. I listed these the other day, which is a pair of speakers, Sony speakers. These sold for about 22.99, I think. The whole lot cost me. It was a mini disc system, and the whole lot cost me £20 mini disc, which I sold ages ago, like the main mini disc unit. That sold for 79.99, I think. And I always kind of like have in my head that the speakers will cover the original cost of what I paid out, which is true in this case because they sold for 22.99, which is about £20, plus postage. And one thing I've got left to list on it is these stands, which I've been meaning to list and just haven't got round to. So yeah, got to pack that up. That's probably the most. Well, I've got a couple of awkward things to pack. Next one is another bit of RA, which if you've got any gardening produce, which is a bit of a rarity, but if you do retail arbitrage in garden centres, then you might have something like that. Get it out now because gardeners are looking to buy stuff at the moment. Let me grab some other bits. Right, packed up the speakers. That's well, half packed up. I've got to find a box for those, and it'll have some kind of like void filler paper around them. It's just bubble wrap, big bubble wrap, and put in like a single wall cardboard, and I'll find a double wall box. The next thing that's sold, I'm flipping around all over the place here. Let me flip the camera around. Yeah, it's a nice reel-to-reel player. I do like these. Got this one. I think I paid £20 for this. I seem to remember, which is quite a lot of money, really. Try and get them for under 15, but And the thing about this was it didn't work when I got it home. Power was there, just wasn't going round. Hamster not going round the wheel. Probably the belts. But the good thing about it was it did have the lid, even though it's a little bit scratched up. I think a lot of times you don't get the lid with these. So I shoved it on. I think I shoved it on for 79.99, which seems quite a lot for something that doesn't work. But it did sell. I took an offer on it, a little bit less. I think I took it for about a tenner less. It's got £12 postage on it as well. So glad it sold because it is a big, bulky, heavy thing, and good to get it gone and out of the way. I'll get that one out today. What else have we got? I've got some clothes I've sold, so I'll grab hold of those. Right, next up I've got a Principles ladies top kind of thing. This is from, when I used to source clothes at charity shops. So it's been hanging around in the store for ages. Not the best in terms of a pick. It only went for about a tenner, probably cost about £3. So, but just glad to get rid of it. I will source my clothes differently now. I don't want to do a lot of clothes, but if I'm desperate, I'll probably go vintage or boot fair. I don't often find stuff at charity shops worth getting in any great quantity. But yeah, that went for 10 quid plus 3.79 postage. It will go large letter, so it only costs a couple of quid on the postage. So glad to get rid of it, really. Another clothing item. This was from the clothing haul that I got. It didn't go for that much actually. It looks pretty nice, like Adidas with pink kind of luminous on it, but it's quite a small size. So I found with the haul that I got, I haven't really got my eye on with clothing, but I sold some. The whole lot cost me 300 quid, and I sold some really nice bits for about 40 or 30 or 40 quid. Quite a few bits like that, and then there was a bunch of stuff which I sold for about 16, and then there were a few mistakes. I've probably just about made my money back on it, and I've still got quite a lot of stuff left. I've got all of my bicycle shirts. I whacked those on for 20 quid. I mean, I don't know how many I've got. I've probably got about 25. I think realistically they probably go between 10 and 15 each. So probably like 150, 200 quid to come back on those, profit wise. And I've still got a few kind of like polo shirts and tracky tops. So yeah, spent 300 quid. It's wiped its feet with potentially, I would say, 200 to 300 more to come back on it. So kind of double my money really, which is not too bad because the best thing is that not spending the time sourcing. But I haven't done another one yet because everyone sort of jumped on the bandwagon with clothing, wholesale clothing. So I'm waiting for it to go a little bit quiet, and maybe in a few months' time, if I need it, I'll get some more. Right, a few more bits and bobs to go through. Nice pair of Spider-Man boots, pumps or whatever you want to call them. These were a bit of RA from Asda, I think, a while back. I think they cost 50p each, something really cheap. They've sold for, I think, £6.99, so just a nice little one to dribble out. A few low value things here. Milk bottle, I bought a whole. How many did I buy? Probably about 50, and I think it cost like 80 or 90 quid. They were about like £1.50 each or something. Car boot fare. And kind of regretted it as soon as I bought it. But they have made money. Some have sold for about a tenner. Normally they go for about a fiver. This one went for a fiver, plus postage. And I think if you're buying these, don't pay more than £1 and make sure that the quality is really good. And get subjects like breakfast cereal, chocolate bars. This one's an orange juice one. Or just some sort of. I've got a Lego one which I've got up for a tenner, or anything that looks quirky. That's what I'd say with those. A pair of Shimano cycle boots. I cannot remember where I got these. I might have got them off Luke, possibly, when he was clearing out his shed. But they've sold for 37. So if I have got them off Luke, thank you very much. He seems to sometimes have a habit of giving me stuff that does all right. So I'll have to get him a beer sometime. This was a part of a. I bought a whole load of Sylvanian stuff for like 400 quid a while back, and this got shoved in it. I think that's sold for like just under 15. And then it's really his odds and ends, and these odds and ends may well have sold because I've been sort of like relisting and reinvigorating. Who knows? But this last one, I've got 2 massive boxes of these, which I got at the auction for the minimum price, £6 plus whatever the fees are. So I've probably got thousands of these, and it cost me like a tenner to get them. But they never sell. I've got them on for £1.99 free post. So. In terms of the money I get from them, I think they cost about £1 to send. So I'm probably making like 50p on each one. In actual fact, you can buy 30 of these off me for like, I think it's £5.99 plus postage. So you can get one for £1.99 or 30 for £5.99 plus postage. But they dribble out, and like I say, they're easy because they just get shoved in a poly mailer and sent off. So it's just that kind of like. Selling things. It's what's this? it's always like they're those big sort of like big profit items, 50, 100, 200 quid profit items. And it's a mix with stuff like that, which is cost next to nothing, but will dribble out and give me like £1 or a bit less, which kind of doesn't seem worth it, but it's really easy. If one of those sells, I grab it, stick it in a bag, print the label, and off it goes. So it's all a bit of a mix, really. Right, almost done, I think, and then I need to sort out some stuff to list on Monday. So better crack on. Okay, I've got 4 more things to finish up with, and then I'm done. Next one is, took an offer on this. It's a Laura Ashley, if you can see that label, nice. Had it for a while. It's a red cardigan with some sort of embroidered thing on the bottom. That was on for £19.99. Probably has been reduced, so it may have originally gone on for around about sort of like 25, 27, something like that, but just wasn't having it. It's ended up selling for £16.99. I think I sent out offers to watchers on it for £17.99. It's actually sold to a lady in Germany, so she'll be playing the GSP Premium on it. Next one is for all the Gary Newman fans, all the Newmanoids out there. It's a copy of the record mirror from 1980, July the 19th, 1980. And that sold for £5, or it might be £5.99 free post. It will cost 90p to send it, I think, large letter. It has sold before, and the person I sold it to before sent it back saying the Gary Newman feature it isn't really an interview or anything. It was just a list of tour dates. So I was a bit peeved when I got it back. I was like, oh God, you just checked it out and sent it back. So when this one sold, I did message the buyer and sort of say the Gary Newman thing isn't an in-depth interview, and he was like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'm not getting it ready for that, but thanks for letting me know. So hopefully that will stick. Next up, we've got a Cath Kidston bag. And I bought these. I had about 4 or 5 of them. I got them for like £5 each. That's sold for £16.99 plus postage. A Cath Kidston, I think, went belly up a while back, so it could be why those have gone. They were sticking around for a bit, but I've got one left in taupe or beige, if anyone's interested. Right, last 2 now. These are fairly interesting. Some stuff I was listing recently that's been sitting in the bottom of my barrel, and I scraped it out, and I thought, who on earth is going to want a Microsoft Flight Simulator from 1988 or whenever it was? But someone does, and someone wants to pay 20 quid for it, even though it's like in not very good nick. And all the discs are there, 5¼ inch discs, the big boys. And I've got no way of testing it. There we go, 5¼ inch. It says there. I won't get it out because it would just be a faff. But yeah, 20 quid. Sold almost straight away. This one went this morning, GSP to Italia, I think. 50 quid. Very early version. Look at the Microsoft font. Not what it is these days. I think it might even be the first version. So yeah. Sold within a day or 2 of listing. Quite surprised me really. I didn't think something like a flight simulator would go, but I think it's the fact it's Microsoft, an early Microsoft. So perhaps a bit of a bolo. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, that's sort of like what I've been packing up sort of yesterday and this morning. Get all that out, and sales have picked up. I think it's due to a little bit of activity. Something totally not related to reselling. I'm going to put a link in. My son's doing a new gaming channel, so if you like Fortnite, or you just wouldn't mind helping out someone who's only got about 8 subs, do sub to him. Link in description and everything like that. Do hit a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to me. Please subscribe. That would be fantastic. But I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon for another video. See you later.